The flickering candlelight danced in her eyes, casting grotesque shadows on the walls around them. She sat, huddled on the floor, knees pulled tight to her chest, rocking slowly. Her voice was barely a whisper, but it cut through the silence like shards of glass. Do you ever feel like you're being watched? Like there's something in your house that shouldn't be there? I reached out and squeezed her hand. My thumb brushed against her dry, cracked lips. "You're safe here," I murmured, though my words felt hollow, even to my own ears. We had only been in the old Victorian house for a week, but already it was taking its toll on me. The previous owner had left in a hurry, they said, and the place had been empty for months before we found it. The real estate agent had given us a key, and we'd let ourselves in, but now I wasn't so sure it was such a good idea. The floorboards groaned under my feet as I walked from room to room, each step echoing in the oppressive silence. Cobwebs brushed against my skin, and the scent of decay hung heavy in the air. The wallpaper in the hallway was peeling, revealing the rotten wood beneath, and as I ran my fingers over the peeling paint, I could have sworn I felt something brush against my fingertips, something cold and slimy, like a snake. In the corner of one room, I found a doll lying face down on the floor. Its porcelain face was cracked and dirty, and I couldn't help but feel a sense of unease as I picked it up. As I turned it over, I saw that one eye was missing, leaving an empty socket that stared back at me accusingly. Then I noticed something else. Scratched into the back of the doll's head were the words, "Sally," I read. "Be careful." I should have laughed it off, dismissed it as some sick joke played by the previous owner. But as I looked around the dusty, decaying house, I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being watched. Every shadow seemed to take on a life of its own, and then there were the whispers. At first they were faint, and I couldn't make out the words. But as the days passed, they grew louder, more insistent. They seemed to come from the walls themselves, scratching and clawing to get out. One night, I woke up to the sound of my name being called. I sat up in bed and listened, but it was just my imagination, or so I thought. Then I heard a knock at the door, slow and deliberate. I told myself it was just the wind, but the knocking continued, long after the wind had died down. It sounded like someone was trying to get in, and when I opened the door, there was no one there. I never should have moved in. I knew that now, but it was too late.